Good morning, welcome, and bienvenue. We are at our council meeting for the municipality of the county of Annapolis. Welcome, and we will start with roll call.
District 1, Carrie Ann Parsons Salzman.
District 2, Jesse Hare.
District 3, Dustin Inslow.
District 4, Charles Cranton.
District 5, Lynn Longmire.
District 6, John Welch.
District 7, Ted Agenbar.
District 8, Niall Hardy.
District 9, Gifted Oxner.
District 10, Brian Pozigano.
District 11, Diane LeBlanc. Is there any disclosure of interest? Seeing none, we'll move on. We have the agenda. We have the approval of the order of the day. Are there any additions? Seeing none, it is approved. And we are going to the next section on page 3 of 4.1, the approval of the municipal council minutes. We'll start with our first one, our special council for municipal council for September the 9th. Are there any comments, corrections, anything to do with the minutes? Seeing none, they are approved as is. The second set of minutes on page 5, public hearing, which is held on September 9th. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Seeing none, they are approved as is. Third set of minutes would be the public hearing that was held on September the 9th. Are there any corrections for these minutes? If there are no changes, minutes are approved. Moving on to page 12, which is a special session that was held on September 9th. Are there any corrections to these minutes? Seeing none, the minutes are approved as they are. And on page 13, we have the minutes of the emergency municipal council meetings that was held on Friday, September 12th. Are there any corrections for these minutes? Seeing none, they are approved as is. Next set of minutes is on page 15, which is the regular session of municipal council that was held on September 16th. Are there any corrections to these minutes? Seeing none, minutes are approved as is. Next set of minutes are on page 21, which is the emergency municipal council meeting that was held on September 19th. Are there any corrections to these minutes? Seeing none, these are approved as is. Last set of minutes are on page 22. Emergency municipal council meeting that was held on September the 26th. Any corrections? Seeing none, the minutes are approved as is. All right. Now that we have all those done, we are moving on to 5.1, which is page 23, which are the recommendations from the committee of the whole. And I need some people. Correct. 5.1, Councillor Comments. Perfect.
I move, or I recommend SR 2025-94 guarantees for Valley Region Solid Waste Resource Management Authority capital spending. To approve the Valley Region Solid Waste Resource Management Authority guarantee resolution in the amount of $307,328 to cover its guaranteed portion of the 2025-2026 capital expenditures of $1,465,000 for the authority, pursuant to the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole.
Thank you for the mover. Seconder is Councillor Hardy. You know where I was going there, didn't you? Are there any questions or comments about this? Seeing none, All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. 5.2, I need a mover. Councillor Longmire.
SR 2025-98, amend S2 building bylaw. I move to give first reading to amend S2 building bylaw in accordance with the recommendation of Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. I need a seconder. Councillor Oxner. Are there any questions, or I have somebody, Don is up here to speak about this?
So it was brought up by our director of planning that the word in the proposed amendment might not be clear in that it also includes waiving the permit fee, the development permit. So I would ask your consideration to slightly amend the amendment in the bylaw to add the word development so that it would read, note, notwithstanding the above, all permit development and administrative fees shall be waived for rebuilding after a property has been destroyed by wildfire, hurricane, flood, storm, or other natural disaster. Then we will continue to follow this up for clarity by bringing forward a fees policy next month for your consideration.
Right on the end of the structure was as revised.
So we need to put the amendment on the floor. So who would like to make the amendment? The amendment is by Councillor Agenbar. Who would like to second the amendment? Mr. Cranton? Okay. Are there any comments or questions on the amendment? Seeing none. All in favor of the amendment signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Amendment. Okay, now, on the motion itself,
As amended.
would you like the whole amendment the whole motion to be read again, yes or no?
No.
Okay. On the motion, all in favor signify by saying yes.
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 Opposed, no.
As amended.
Thank you. Motion passed. Thank you very much, Madam Campbell. Okay, we are at 5.3. I need moving. Deputy Warden.
I move to authorize the payout of overtime for management related to the West Dalhousie wildfire as described in the in-camera request for decision dated October 14th, 2025 pursuant to the recommendation of Committee of the Whole.
Thank you very much. I need a seconder. Councillor Oxner. Any questions or comments on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Okay, page 24. These are recommendations that were submitted by the nominating committee. I need a few people to volunteer to lead 6.1 citizen appointment committee. We'll do them in 3 separate ones. First motion, Councillor Cranton.
I move to approve the appointment of Russell Florin to the Marketing Ad Hoc Committee effective immediately for 1-year term pursuant to the recommendation of the nominating committee.
Thank you. Seconder, Councillor Hardy. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Second motion. Councillor Hardy.
I move to approve the appointment of Alexa Main to the Marketing Ad Hoc Committee effective immediately for a 1-year term in accordance with the recommendation of the nominating committee.
Thank you very much. I need a seconder. Councillor Welch. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Motion passed. Third motion. Volunteer. Councillor Oxner.
I move to approve the appointment of Patricia Lee to the Marketing Ad Hoc Committee effective immediately for a 1-year term pursuant to the recommendation of the nominating committee.
Thank you. Seconder. Councillor Carson Salzman. Any comments or questions? All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
6.2, consideration for reappointment of the Audit Committee. Councillor Parson Salzman.
I move to reappoint Deputy Warden Enslow, Councillor Cran, and Councillor Oxner to the Audit Committee for a one-year term ending October 31st, 2026, in accordance with the recommendation of the nominating committee.
Thank you very much. I need a seconder. Councillor Longmire. Any comments or questions? Okay. Just for a review, just as a comment, the audit committee has to be appointed every year. It's different the other ones for the new councillors. Okay, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Motion passed. Second, Councillor Cranton.
I move to reappoint citizen member Melanie Robinson to the Audit Committee for a one-year term ending October 31st, 2026, pursuant to the recommendation of the nominating committee.
Thank you very much. Seconder, Councillor Longmire. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have no new business, and the pages 25 to 30 are the council motion tracking list to September. Well, that's it for that. All right, let's move on. We are at Councillor Comments. We will start with District 1.
Greetings from District 1. It's great to see some moisture and the trails being reopened. Please use care as it is still extremely dry. Would like to make a note, the Melbourne Square Community Center is a busy spot. A few of the regular renters are Precision Dance Company. We have Tops Thursday evenings. We have Yoga with Fiona. She holds classes Tuesday mornings and evenings, Friday mornings. We also have True Leverage Alliance Jiu-Jitsu, which is organized by Justin Beatty. All ages welcome. Lots of community rentals being held. Birthday parties are a big hit in our front room, meeting, showers, and all kinds of events there. We do have a Facebook page if you're looking for more information. And also like to make a note of the community pantry, which is located at 377 Stronach Mountain Road. Leave something if you can, take something if you need it.
Thank you. District 2.
Hello from District 2. I'd like to start by saying hooray for the trails finally being open again. I've missed out on that all summer long, so that's the first place you see me. I'd also like to emphasize the Port George breakfast on Sunday, the first Sunday of each month. I think it was last month, they broke another record for attendance. So let's keep on seeing that. Might have something to do with the community donated scallops. Not sure if it'll be there again next month, but the last couple months people have certainly been delighted to see that. As well as, I guess I'll take note of the jam sessions they have there as well every Monday evening. So I'll leave it at that.
Excellent. Thank you. District 3.
Thank you. I'm not used to actually writing in advance, so bear with me. And some things have changed since yesterday. So, over the past several weeks, I've continued to engage with residents, community groups across District 3. Several ongoing infrastructure concerns remain a priority, particularly ditching and culvert maintenance along the Royal Roads. I have followed up with Public Works regarding the problem areas on Hampton Mountain Road, Mount Hanley, as well as portions of Bridgetown East where drainage issues are caused periodic washouts, even though we didn't have a whole lot of rain. I appreciate the staff's responsiveness to looking after this from the Department of Public Works. I also want to highlight the strong community involvement across Bridgetown and surrounding areas. The Bridgetown Fire Department, the Lions Club, as well as other volunteer organizations continue to play an essential role in supporting local events and residents in need. The level of volunteerism within the Bridgetown and District 3 is still astronomically high, and it's just something to be proud of. With that, on the 25th of October, so this coming Saturday, the Bridgetown Sports Hall of Fame dinner. I can't wait for that dinner every year, and it's nice to see the amount of sports that happens within our Annapolis County. But on a sad note, I was discouraged to find out yesterday of vandalism at the Bridgetown hub. We continue to see breaking of windows, breaking and stealing grills and toasters, and all these items are donated. And this is the second grill that's been taken. I donated the one that was taken this time. And it's just astronomical. And then the fact that we're having people playing golf on the simulated turf is not good either. So I just ask if we can please work together as a community to help kind of supervise this thing. And if we see something that's not right, there's nothing wrong with speaking up and saying, hey, we shouldn't be doing this. I know a lot of times it happens after dark and after the lights are out, but we still need to help police some of it around. And if we do see things that aren't right, then there's nothing wrong with contacting the RCMP, and they will drive down the street. On the recovery front, some residents are still working through the impacts of last month's wildfire. It's something that our staff at the municipality is continuing to deal with and support. Progress continues to clean up and rebuilding, and I want to thank the municipal staff and provincial partners for their continued assistance. This is something that we're in for the long term. The Bridgetown Library, local schools, and community venues have hosted a wide range of fall programs for youth activities to senior gathering, including Bridgetown Walks and reading to youngsters, I think they call it. So there's a whole bunch of activities to keep people busy, which strengthens community connection and well-being as we move forward into the colder months. As always, I encourage residents to reach out directly of their concerns or suggestions. Thanks.
Thank you. District 4.
Greetings from District 4. My phone reminded me the other day that 1 year ago we had municipal elections. We're all 1 year in, and it seemed like that long ago, but as they say, time flies when you're having fun.
Yes.
In the last month or so, I attended a number of events in District 4. All the individual communities had things going on at their halls. I tried to get to most of them, but there was a couple of scheduling conflicts, but at all the different halls, and even an event at Bishop Park. One of the highlights of those events was the annual harvest dinner at the Tupperville Hall. They have 2 big events a year, this one being the bigger that happened on October 4th. But while talking there, some of the residents gave me some history, and it's encouraging to know that that event has been going on for over 70 years. Wow. And it originally started by one of the neighbors hosting a community strawberry or harvest dinner on her front lawn. And as more and more people kept going, they decided, well, there's a hall right there, maybe we should move it over to the hall. So it's just a great example, as many other stuff that happen at halls. This is just a great example of how communities come together. And that event had several people from the surrounding area, so it wasn't just Tupperville. There was people from Granville Ferry and other districts and stuff there. Obviously, the good news was that the fire was classified, since we last met, to being under control. So that was great to see. Speaking of volunteering in community, a number of the residents in my district were helping out up in the Bridgetown area with the community efforts there. But a number of them also were helping out in Cornwallis, so they invited me to tag along one night. So I went down and helped out in the kitchen at the Cornwallis site, and it was truly motivational and encouraging to see the community effort and the results of numerous volunteers come together and some of my fellow councilors had mentioned, it was impressive of how well organized that thing operated. There is the upcoming pancake breakfast this Saturday, October 25th at the Moshel Community Hall. In November, typically a lot of the other halls will start their wrap-up things. I checked online, not many had specific dates yet, so I couldn't share yet, but I know in the past that a lot of them, as they get ready to close, some of them close for the winter season, so as they get ready, a lot of times they'll have like a craft sale or a bake sale, one type of final event, so encourage residents to just kind of keep an eye out for the events in their community. And I myself am going to try to schedule my next coffee with your councillor event, just trying to lock down a date, which I'll share on my socials when I do. Some of the halls stay open, and I'm fortunate in District 4 that there is one Granville Ferry Community Hall stays open year-round, and they've just put an ad out for upcoming rounds of fitness classes and lots of other events going on. My colleague said it was encouraged to see the woods are now open, and so I'd encourage the residents to take advantage of the fall weather we have and get out and enjoy the nature. And I also want to send a thank you and compliments to the county's recreation staff for how quickly they responded to being able to get things open. So when the permission came, I felt they were very quick at getting to the county-owned facilities and getting everything up and running and promoted to the citizens. So I just want to recognize that and thank them for that. And I just remind people that even though the woods are open and everybody's excited, to just please continue to check the burn map and the wildlife restrictions. And even when wildlife season ends, just use caution. So as you go to clean up your yard, it is, I was doing some yard work, it is still extremely dry. So just encourage that. And the last thing is for all the Blue Jays fans that show up.
Yes.
As a fan of the Boston Red Sox, who is friends with several Toronto Blue Jays fans, I will say, go Jays, go.
There's always conversion.
Okay, we'll move on from there. Thank you. We are in District 5.
All right, good day from District 5. I've been fortunate to attend many wonderful community events over the past month, and I continue to be inspired with the energy, creativity, kindness across the district and county. Here are just some upcoming events, activities happening throughout District 5. Great opportunities to gather, connect, and enjoy the communities together. Young's Cove Community Hall, located 5407 Shore Road West. Monday morning coffee and sweet treat, 10 a.m., donation at the door. Yoga, Tuesdays, 10:30 a.m. Instructor drives all the way from Freeport to offer this class. Just a small fee at the door. Mark your calendar, November 5th at 1 p.m., Bone Health 101, what you need to know about your bone health, and that's just not women, that's men as well. Last Friday of every month is a potluck at 5:30, and then followed by a musical jam, and of course the regular jam sessions are each and every Friday night. Craft workshop tomorrow night, October 22nd, 6 p.m., $10 per person, all supplies are provided for that fee, and then $5 for members. The New Horizons Hall, located at 1771 Granville Road, Monday night jam sessions at 7 p.m., donation at the door, as well as a 50-50. Bake sale and hot dogs on the grill, November 22nd, and the details on that will be provided through a leaflet, and I'll post on Facebook. I know that's not necessarily adequate for everyone, but if you need to call me, my number's included in the end of this brief. Christmas show is scheduled for December 6th, and it's sure to be a showstopper. Lower Granville Hall, located 3551 Granville Road, 902-340-0742, Lower Granville Hall at gmail.com. Friday morning coffee and sweet treat, 10 to 11:30. Donation at the door. Yoga's returning soon. Stay tuned for that information. Holiday market, November 15th, 9 a.m. Indoor fitness walking, Mondays and Thursdays, 10 a.m., $2 at the door. Mixed ability Tai Chi classes, Sunday, November 2nd through to inclusive of December 21st, 5 p.m. I just want to also add to this, Bell's Blessing Pantry always there if you need and available to accept your donations. It's a very busy pantry located in Parker's Cove. DeLap's Cove celebrated its 40th anniversary at the Wilderness Trail. It was a success. And I just wanted to add that we're very special in this county. The beautiful parks and trails that we have to offer certainly are something to celebrate. We did get, and I would like to clarify, we did have permission from the province in order to hold that event in the parking lot. So there was no trail walk that day. So I just wanted to add that. This morning at 8 a.m., I was able to explore outside my district and go to the Harvesters Gathering for breakfast in Bear River at the reservation, and it was wonderful. And then for the lighting of the sacred fire at 9. I would encourage anyone out there in our parks and such, exploring the woods, be safe, of course, as other councillors have mentioned, and as well, hunter's orange is not a bad color to wear this time of year. Thankful for the pause to see our parks and trails finally open, and it's a beautiful time of year to get out and see the vibrant autumn colors across our communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. District 6.
Greetings from District 6. It's been another busy month responding to residents' requests and inquiries, and I want to thank everyone who's reached out with questions, ideas, or concerns. Staying in touch with residents help ensure your voices and priorities are well represented at the council table. I miss getting out to a lot of the community breakfasts lately, but I hope to return this fall. Gatherings like these are great ways to connect, share updates, and support the volunteers who keep our local halls active. Just a reminder, there are plenty of craft shows and seasonal events coming up across the county. It's a wonderful time to get out, shop local, and support the many artisans and community groups across the county before the winter sets in. For those of us who love hanging out in the forest, it was great news that the woods travel ban was lifted October 15th, reopening access to our trails and recreational areas. And I'd also like to talk to your point, how quickly the staff was to get out and open up our county trails and make sure everything was cleared and ready to go. It was wonderful. The provincial fire ban, however, remains in effect until the end of the month, so please keep an eye on the Nova Scotia fire restrictions map updated daily. Many residents continue to face challenges with dry wells and limited access to potable water. In the past, I've personally experienced how stressful that can be. I'd like folks to know that the county continues to monitor the situation closely and is exploring ways to support those affected while looking ahead to long-term water security planning. It's something we have to be planning more for. As the days are shorter and the temperature drops, it's a good time to start thinking about winter preparation. If you or someone you know is in need of home heating costs or need assistance for home heating costs, there's provincial and federal heating grants programs available. Please take a look or reach out if you'd like help finding the right information. I was also able to spend a day last month supporting King's Theatre by attending their annual golf tournament with my son. There's no need to share my handicap. I've got a great left hook. But it was a fun day and a great community event in support of one of our region's most valuable cultural organizations. It's nice to feel the crisp fall air and see the beautiful colors returning to the hillsides. I managed to sneak away to Cape Breton for a few days with some friends and family and visit some of the old haunts. For those that don't know, I grew up in Cape Breton, and I was able to recharge after a very busy summer season. Finally, as we approach the one-year anniversary of this council, I've been reflecting on how much I've appreciated working alongside my fellow councillors and our dedicated staff. Together, we've tackled a wide range of county issues, concerns, and celebrations, and I look forward to continuing that collaborative work in the months ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. District 7.
Thank you. Greetings from District 7. I'm pleased to bring greetings and best wishes on behalf of District 7. A lot has happened since my last report. Seems like it was way back in July. But first and foremost, on behalf of my constituents in West Dalhousie, I want to say a big thank you to everyone in all the groups and communities and societies that contributed, and gave the effort they gave to support this community, this unique and beloved community. And without that, it wouldn't be what it is today. They did as best they could to save as much as they could, and everybody there is very grateful, including myself. The fire, of course, is under control, but we must now pull together, and we will, and the restoration process is already in place to rebuild this beautiful community. So thank you again for everybody that was involved. It was just tremendous effort. Well, September is what I refer to as getting back to it month. Back to school, back to work, back to committee meetings, agendas, routines, you name it. I'd like to give a good shout out here to the Centerley Community Hall, and congratulations on the grand opening of their now officially sanctioned comfort station. And they had a ceremony back, I think it was on September the 6th, for that opening that I attended. And they also opened the revitalized Nancy Godfrey stage, so they'll be able to put on some events there as well, and they've done a great job there. They've worked very, very hard to achieve this milestone and have their comfort station opened with the support of all the groups that helped, including the County of Annapolis. And it pulls the community together, and they're now ready to provide that service that we saw was so valuable in West Dalhousie at the beginning of the wildfire. So, bravo. I'd also like to thank the Bridgetown Curling Club and, of course, the Bridgetown Legion for making their facilities available, the meeting rooms and the kitchens and so on and so forth, for over a month during the process when we had to move the command center down into Bridgetown, and that was just an invaluable contribution. Again, and all the people that supported that and the volunteers, as Deputy Warden Enslow had referred to. It's endless there, and as it is everywhere in the county. So thank you again for those organizations. The Bridgetown Sports Hub, ACOS committee, has added a second modified shipping container, which will be housing their maintenance equipment. The current one that they already have will also be looking after and housing their seasonal items such as soccer benches and tennis nets and various event items that they require. The annual fall cleanup at the Sports Hub is slated for October the 25th, and of course volunteers are needed. So if you have whippersnippers or rakes or whatever, just yourself, come on out and help keep this beautiful facility clean and ready to go. I'm also happy to report that the Bridgetown Memorial Arena is now fully operating and ready to go for the 25-26 season. The BCRA, the Bridgetown Recreation Association, and the rink staff have been very busy getting it to this point, and they're excited to get going. Bridgetown Pickleball has now moved indoors to the school for the winter. Again, that's a dedicated group that meets on Wednesday and Friday nights from 7:30 to 9:30. Come and join the fun and play pickleball. And not quite last, because I just added one this morning, but not least, the annual Bridgetown and Area Sports Hall of Fame induction, as Deputy Warden Winslow mentioned earlier, will be this Saturday, October the 25th at Bridgetown Legion. There's a meet and greet that starts at 5, followed by a dinner at 6. It's a fabulous dinner that they put on every year. And then, of course, followed by the new inductees slated for 7 p.m. start. And the last part that I just added, I just remembered about it, there's a group looking to revitalize the natural playground at Jubilee Park. And they have a survey circulating online right now for comments and recommendations. And of course, volunteers are needed. So if you're into that, please check it out. It's a great spot for the young children in the area to come to. And yeah, I guess that's it for District 7. Thank you.
Thank you very much. District 8.
Thank you. Hello and greetings from District 8. Fall has arrived, and I hope everyone's settled back into their routines with school and work. It's been nice to see a little bit of the rain over the past few weeks. Certainly not enough, but it's a start, and let's hope for more. I'm looking forward to Halloween this year with my family, and I want to take this opportunity to remind everyone to be extra cautious on the roads on the 31st. There's bound to be lots of ghouls and goblins running around during the day, but of course at night as well, so please take extra care when driving. I attended the Bear River Fire Hall breakfast this month with my family. This has become an anticipated event in our household, and we always enjoy a great meal and a chance to catch up with members of the community there. That same day, I also helped organize and referee a few fun soccer matches at the CES Fall Fair, which is Champlain Elementary School, for anyone that doesn't know. We ran all 3 games at the fields behind the school, and there was a fantastic turnout for the fundraiser overall. It's great to see so many people coming out to support the elementary school. I'd also like to add in a reminder that November 11th is Remembrance Day, and many local legions, churches, and community halls will be holding services. I'd encourage everyone to get out and participate in the act of remembrance for our armed service members, both past and present. The sacrifice of our veterans for the freedoms we enjoy today should always be remembered. I myself will be attending the service at the Port Royal Branch 21 in Annapolis Royal, along with my colleague, Councillor Longmire, and I look forward to seeing everyone there. I held my second Coffee with Your Councillor session this past Saturday at the Milford Hall, and I would say it was a great success. The hall volunteers provided an excellent lunch with sandwiches, sweets, and coffee and tea. I provided a brief update on some of the things that Council's been working on over the last few months, and I also brought pamphlets and information from the Recreation Department with information on the Canoe Annapolis program, as well as pamphlets from our trails and great recreational facilities that we have. I was also joined by the REMO coordinator, Brian Ord, who brought some excellent materials on emergency preparedness and spoke about the Comfort Center initiatives. Big thanks to all who attended and to Brian for joining me. I'll continue with these sessions, with my next stop hoping to be at the Foresters Hall in Clementsville, and I'm hoping to do that sometime in the spring. Lastly, I'd like to extend my sincere thanks to everyone involved in the firefighting effort during the Long Lake wildfire. It was an unprecedented event for our county, and the way the community came together in response to it was truly remarkable. My thoughts are with those that lost their homes, as they must now begin the difficult process of rebuilding their lives. I can only imagine how challenging that time would be, but I hope that with continued community and provincial support, they find the strength and a path forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. District 9.
Greetings from District 9. I'd like to begin with again thanking everyone involved in the wildfires. As we move forward in recovery, which will take a long time, I hope we continue to see the involvement and support from our community. It has been an unprecedented time, but has brought out the meaning of community near and far to Annapolis County. The East End Secondary Planning Strategy is back on track. The Advisory Committee had 2 meetings in September, and we received valuable input from the residents at the public meetings, which wrapped up yesterday. I would like to note at both committee and public meetings, opinions and ideas were heard and expressed in a respectful manner. We will never be able to have 100% agreement from all. Progress is made from listening and adapting where and when possible, and explaining why and where if it is not. The goal is to have a vibrant, growing county. As we move into fall, please include our local events in your activity planning, support local businesses and groups. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. District 11. 12, 10.
I'm not up in your district, sorry.
I don't know, I thought I saw sighting of
Greetings from District 10. Again, I want to support the rest of my council on how fast our staff and stuff worked on opening up our trails. Trails are very important to businesses that are along the trail. We had 75 ATVs and four-wheelers at a restaurant on Saturday alone. 75 people buying gas, supporting facilities along that trail. So it is a very important trail. People were getting a little tired because the last 2 weeks of the trail closure, there was probably more activity because I live right beside the trail and my dogs make sure they tell us when people are walking, biking, four-wheeling. They greet them every time.
So there was a lot of activity the last 2 weeks because people were getting tired because Kings County was open, all the counties were open, we were still closed, and you could see the frustration growing. So it was good to get the trails open, and like I say, it does support financially everybody along that trail. Good to see that the woods were open because people that have camps and it is coming toward hunting season and they want to get to their camp, so they're getting anxious to cross Crown land because a lot of them are on Crown land through leases, and they weren't allowed to go there during the forest closure. So that's made a lot of people happy. I got phone calls wanting to know if I knew the forest was open at 2 o'clock or 2:30. Got phone calls at 2:30 saying they're open. So it was great to see, and hopefully people will be safe at that. Also, the kayakers, we don't realize that a lot of the parks involve waterways, and when I was out to my little spot, the kayakers were on the river. People use that for type of sports and entertainment, and that is their way of life. So it was nice to see that they're out and about. Had several pictures sent to me, the street lights that were put up on Camel Hill Road and the facility that's down in there. They asked for a street light, and they were very happy because they installed it but didn't hook it up for months. But I did get pictures last week. They were very excited the light was working, and it looked good at night. And also the intersection of Brickton. Years ago, there used to be a gas station there, and when it closed, it made that intersection very black because it took all the lighting away from that intersection that was used to being lit. And the people were very happy with that street light also. The village of Lawrencetown, their addition to their medical center is coming. They're building extra offices on the back side and extra waiting room on the front side. And they have a new doctor and I think a nurse practitioner coming the first of the year. So that's an addition to the one that's already there. So they're doing very well on that side of things. They also have been fixing a big washout that went to their water supply on the south side of the 201. A big culvert was washed out a year ago, and they finally got funding and, of course, permission through Environment to install a bridge there. So that's been done so they can get up to their water supply and stuff. So they've been very busy fixing and repairing and getting ready for fall. The wildfire, I applaud everyone that's been volunteering, helping our staff. We got through the fire, but the volunteerism hasn't stopped. The Lions clubs, Lawrencetown, Bridgetown, and Lawrencetown's a very, very small club. But Lawrencetown, Bridgetown, and Middleton have been fundraising, and their plans aren't to stop. They're still fundraising, hopefully to help build and continue on. There has been some local volunteers still in the community out there. I've been out there myself, and it was nice to see the wildlife coming back through the burnt sections. Big doe crossed me yesterday, and right by the tower there that DOT mowed around it and stuff, but it's burnt all the way around there. But it was nice to see the wildlife come out through and cross the road, and she looked very healthy and stuff. So it was great. The people out there has been amazing. The cleanup has, if somebody drove through as soon as it was open to today, there's quite a difference. The people have put a lot of effort into cleaning up the properties, and of course the ones that are, there's properties that people don't live here that I was out there on Friday, and these two young fellers were they had a rickety old truck and a trailer, and they were just loading the scrap steel, so I stopped by and asked them, how they were doing, and if they were cleaning up for themselves or cleaning up for people, and they said, no. We went around the community and asked anybody that if they wanted to clean up, that if we cleaned it up, we would get the funds out of it, but the two, they were just young fellers, and they were working very, very hard, and so I volunteered to load them when they're out there. So tomorrow I'm gonna meet them at a spot and load them up and send them on their way, because there's some heavy things there, old furnaces and stuff like that, that they definitely wouldn't have been able to pick up. So, but it was nice to see that they were even interested in coming up, and I don't even know where they were from. They were just two young fellers, and they went around the community and volunteered to help clean up, so it was great to see. Local wells, I've had local wells in my own area that's gone dry, so I've helped people get totes and stuff and get water, especially the ones that had animals. But it is nice, even driving down today, what little bit of rain we got. It's amazing, the lawns have turned green within 2 weeks from being, just look like crispy critters, So, no, very nice. Hopefully we'll still get some rain. And the wildfire, and hope as far as the wildfire goes, I know the community is still driven very hard to rebuild and get back going. So it was nice to see. Thank you.
Certainly is. Okay, I'll do District 11.
Yeah.
I went forward and backwards there. I'll do District 11. I'd like to say thank you to all the councillors for bringing up all the important pieces of all our puzzles that we put together as a county, as residents. Everybody, staff, councillors have stepped up to do so many different things voluntarily. That it be answering people's questions to actually being out there and helping out. It doesn't matter what little or how much, every little piece counts. So I thank everybody that came out from here to wherever that came out to help us and do their bits. Thank you so much. So I'll start with Three Rivers Community Center. They are starting game night every third Saturday, which would be from October through to April of 2026. They are also going to start a chair yoga as well, and they had started on, but they had canceled one, so they're going to check their Facebook page. It will be there. They are having a turkey supper on Thursday. However, it's a pre-order, so if you hadn't ordered before today, then I don't know if you're going to get any food. But too bad you missed out. Next time you'll be ready. Check their Facebook page; it's always there. And I had quite a few calls or emails asking about the trails, and also saying how happy people were that the trails were open, because just for not only the physical but the mental part of just walking and just enjoying nature with their dogs, or even the cats. Cats follow you, just like little doggies, and just enjoy the peacefulness of it. So there are quite a few people from all over the county that have reached out, and they're quite happy. And I thank the staff for being so diligent and working so fast. Also, October 31st, yes, it is Halloween night, and it always is a fun night. And as our counselor has said, it's great, go have fun, but definitely be safe. And last but not least, I'm going to put in a reminder of our committee of the whole for the month of November. Is changed from Tuesday, November 11th, of course, to the Monday of November the 10th. So that we can proceed with our meetings and not be, we can't have it on November 11th. We have to celebrate and thank the people that have protected us and covered the world wars. So, having said that, I think that we have accomplished our council comments, and I say thank you to all of you. And from my agenda, we have concluded the agenda. You're not adding anything else at the last minute? Nope, can't speak. No, you may.
The only thing I would remind you of is Monday is the electoral boundary review. It's your council chambers at 10:30.
Yes. You can add anything like that if you want again. Anything else you would like? Just joking. Okay, being the business, we have concluded our business. I say our meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.